Going off that MJ, I need that good in my life, or I'll be insane. Crack open, dirty, this nothing, this start to fucking flow. Blunt after blunt, now I'm high as a motherfucker go. Straight to the store and grab me a box of Mal. Got an ice cold bottle of water, I'm off that loud. Wow, 400 a zip for that pack, I need that. Sell a couple quarter bags to make some of that cheese back. All I use is Dutch masters and backs, don't need raps. If you ain't got it, it's gon' fuck up your pocket. You need stacks pack, strong loud, Pacquiao. Sat me down on Woozy, I've been blowing whole stories down to the doobies. Ray Goosey, I'm a vodka sipper, I don't gobble liquor, I'm a smoker. Got my game face on, but not in poker. Let me smoke, bruh.
What up, gas team, gas gang, gas members, associates, and motherfucking, and all the above. I ain't about to go through all that shit, but what's happening? Shooting this from the car today, about the motherfucking hotbox this car, you dig? My girl got her motherfucking friends and shit, and one little bitch don't never have no weed, so let me just smoke my shit in the car while I'm working, you feel me? Anyway, it's Sunday. Some people, it's the Sabbath for y'all. Other people, it's the first day of the week and all that. How y'all doing? But I'm about to get into something that's been bothering me. All right, so you know Suge Knight got a podcast that just dropped called Collect Calls. All these rumors about Big Suge and shit about to be put to rest. Y'all about to hear it from his own mouth. Y'all about to hear how Akon is a chomo. That's right. Akon and his homeboy was on some chomo activity with a 12 and 13-year-old girl. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Only thing I hear about Akon was the good things he was doing as far as putting electricity and running water or whatever in little fucked up parts of Africa or whatever. But dig, yeah, Akon on some chomo activity. Mob James, the late great Buntry's brother. Mob James been hating on Suge too, which is understandable where his hate come from. His brother gone. So if you ever lost a brother, you know what I'm saying, you would be bitter, you know, towards anything that had anything directly, indirectly to do with his situation. So that's understandable why Mob James is hating, you know what I'm saying? But James, that nigga put you in position. You was the head of the security at Death Row, head of homeboy security, not the right way security or none of that shit, none of the police shit, but the homeboy security. You the one that got all the Mob Piru members together to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden you hating on Suge. You was saying all this shit like, oh, anytime you get mad, you just go press Big Suge and that nigga come up off a check. You know, from a business aspect, think about it. Maybe your drunk ass came off a hard one the night before. Maybe you blew your bread and you forgot you had to pay your rent and pay other little bills or look out for your kids or something. You know what I'm saying? So you play that flip out role. You know what I'm saying? I got homies that do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been guilty of it my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Where you flip out, act like you tweaking out, and motherfuckers just want you to relax and be cool. You got to understand, Suge was a multi-million-dollar dude. So it wasn't nothing for him to cut you a little $1,500, $2,500 check for you to shut the fuck up. But trust and believe, wasn't nobody scared of you, bro. He had too much money. He could have got rid of you quick, bro. Like, so all that shit you talking about, you used to punk Suge out, bro. You doing that shit for clout. We all see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, some real shit. You need to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm just stating facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. The nigga Wack 100, the Don King of the West Coast. it's pictures of you and Suge together. Like, y'all was having a good old time, bro. I know you was soaking up all kind of game from that nigga when you came home from the joint. You know what I'm saying? Now you throwing all kind of smut on this jacket. Like, yeah, man, I had to pay for the nigga's mom's funeral. Man, don't nobody be up forever. Everybody has a rough patch. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? And if you called to offer to help some shit, you just go ahead and help. You know what I'm saying? You throwing that situation out there is making yourself look weak, bro. Weak as fuck. And as far as a nigga being in PC or special needs yard or whatever the fuck, man, he's a high profile individual. You know what I'm saying? He can't mainline it with a regular motherfucker like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way in fuck, bro. Ain't no way in fuck, bro. Suge Knight, he would never be on, like, when you was doing your time, Wack, you were a nobody. Nobody knew who you was, bro. You was a gang member from 2Ps, bro. That's the only thing motherfuckers knew about, nigga. You ain't run no multi-million-dollar record label or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure if your ass was to catch a case now, God forbid, because I don't wish that on nobody. If you caught a case right now, fam, your ass would be on that special needs yard. You wouldn't be in no motherfucking main line. You wouldn't be in no general pop, nigga. Stop it, bro. Knock it off. Knock that shit off. Reggie Wright, you over there straddling the fence. 1 minute you saying good things about Suge, next minute you saying some fucked up shit. Which one is it? You straddling the fence, bro. Your whole podcast bombed first. Ain't that your shit? Ain't you like a partnership? Ain't that your shit? I know it ain't you. I know it's somebody else, but ain't that your shit? Bomb first. Which happens to be the name of a Tupac song. You know what I'm saying? In which Tupac was an artist of Death Row, which was owned by Suge Knight. The nigga that you be hating on. It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me, bruh. You a fucking cop. Been a cop. I don't give a fuck what neighborhood you grew up in, nigga. You was a cop, bro. You don't have no reason to speak on no type of politics at all, bro. You a cop, nigga. A dirty cop, nigga. Everything that you saying is some fucked up shit. Like, I don't believe half the shit you saying. It's entertaining, though. It's entertaining. But that shit is whack, bruh. You acting like a sucker. A lot of y'all niggas be acting like suckers, man, just getting clout off Suge like he ain't helped nobody. Bro, he got Snoop to beat his case. Nate Dogg to beat his case. He got niggas off of drugs and helped DOC when he got in his car wreck. Help people out their contracts and all type of shit. Now listen, man, I don't take it from me. I know he probably did some slime ball ass shit. I'm not taking that from him. But dig this. It's always some slimy shit when you do business, whether if it's legal or illegal. It's going to be some slime shit. Somebody going to always want the ups. It's never going to be 50-50. Somebody going to want that 1%. It's going to be 49-51, 60-40, 80-20. It's never going to be straight up, straight down the middle. Never. It ain't going to be straight down the middle unless you lose a fucking ruler, nigga. Some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's never going to be straight down the middle, man. Somebody, I don't give a fuck if you bake a cake. You cut the fucking cake. Somebody's piece going to be a little bit bigger. But that don't take away the fact of what he did and help people, bro. He helped. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no problem out them neighborhood rolling 60 niggas. He had Corrupt. Corrupt was a rolling 60 member who was managed by, I think he was managed by Big U back then. It's crazy, man. But I just want to speak on that before I play this shit. So I'm about to play this piece of this Collect Call podcast by Big Suge out his own mouth. He let y'all know what it is and know that he's not clout chasing, no nothing. That man staying 10 toes down, doing his time like a man. That man done been to prison 2-3 times. Y'all never produced no paperwork with Suge Knight's name on it saying that he got anybody locked up, implicated anybody in nothing. He was the one that was in the car when Pac lost his life. He still ain't say nothing. So why is y'all keep saying all this stuff like this man be telling, or this man be working with the police, or this man is on paperwork and shit like that, and y'all ain't produced nothing? Nothing. Wack, you say you got some paperwork, produce it. I want to see it. You produce it, I swear to God, I apologize. I'll be a man and apologize that you know what, you right, I ain't know that. But until then, bro, y'all can't be saying no shit like that on that man's name. If anything, y'all should be doing business with him and getting to a bigger bag. Because understand this, he do got a lot of experience. He do got a lot of knowledge, and he really did live those times in the golden era of hip hop. And he deserves his flowers. He deserves more than what the fuck y'all giving him. He deserves more than all that hate and all that bullshit that y'all shooting his way. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, he brought hip hop to the West Coast. Name another motherfucker out on the West that did that shit. And anyway, shout out to LA Cannabis too, man. It's one of my favorite dispensaries I go visit when I'm in LA. Especially the one on La Brea. So yeah. Check it out, Gas Team, and let me know what y'all think. I'm out.
Contact us at Breakbeat Media. Authentically hip hop. Welcome to Collect Call with Suge Knight.
Hello.
This is Global Tellink. You have a prepaid call from
Suge Knight.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
First of all, shit, I see you taking my collect calls, huh? Man, it's good hearing you. You know, we go way back. We got a lot of history.
Oh, man.
But you know, man, I think it's nothing better than 50 years of hip hop. And the culture is so important to all of us.
Right.
I mean, the people from back then to now, even the future. And it's like, we used to have to really, really work hard to get somewhere back in the day. You know, we had to work hard for everything we got. Now things seem like a little simpler, a little easier. And you get a lot of people involved who wasn't involved in the industry.
Right.
And everybody every time you turn around, everybody want to spread some lies or some shit. Not that it bothers me, but at some point, we got to do better to get better overall. And what I mean by that, I know last time I talked to you, you was asking me about a few individuals and a few people who gone out their way to say stuff. And, you know, I want to get it out the way and not make it a thing that a constant conversation about it, because it's like it's people that say they're from my neighborhood that really weren't from my neighborhood. Like we got a dude named James, and he speak on with Reggie all the time, and he said he was a day one. Definitely wasn't day one. Definitely didn't go to school with us. And the reason why a lot of people didn't go to school, because back in those days it was way more Crips than it was Power Road. You can go and stand on your own, but you have to really be able to stand on your own. And, you know, for James to make all these allegations about he couldn't go to elementary school because the Crips was going to come to school and get him, he was a Crip, number one. Number two, Crips didn't come in my neighborhood and do that type of shit. Everybody stood their own, hung on their own. And, you know, I could see his bitterness because, you know, they lived in a garage with no running water on drugs. But the thing that gets me the most, people want to say something about Pac. Don't think Tupac was soft. Tupac was a punk. Tupac wasn't from the hood. I think Pac did more for my neighborhood than mostly a whole bunch of people in that neighborhood.
All I do is rap and talk loud. My biggest crime is talking loud.
For his doing stuff with the kids, coming to see the kids, giving the kids money, handing out toys with the kids with me, going to the elementary schools, or as they're standing up. I mean, I hate to be in a situation where you got to bring up old shit. Come on, James, you know the truth. It was in my house. Well, you never been in my house, but outside, me and Buntry, which is my road dog, and you said we got into it before that never happened. Buntry wouldn't go against me for nobody. And I would never let nobody put their motherfucking hands on me. Yeah, that's my dog. He lives always, you know? And, you know, I remember when James was on one of the drunk benzes, and Pac put him on his pockets. And when Pac put him on his pockets, Yeah, and he was like, Bunchy, look what he did. And Bunchy was like, oh, man, we're going to start calling you Mob Jamie, you know? But I ain't going to get into the details of all that because I ain't going to get to going back and forth because at the end of the day, it's not about a lie you said, it's what you accomplished in life. If you never accomplished nothing, you don't deserve to talk. And Reg, and you know, it's broadcasting some bullshit when they be talking that negative shit. And Reg, you know, I love your mother. She's a great lady. You sitting on there with James and James talking about he got the 6'4". That 6'4" you talking about is the one I painted white with one of DMX's favorite dogs on the back with the red guts. And they didn't finish paying me all my money, but I sent that shit to motherfucking Leo and Russell are weird ass, you know? So all that little extra shit, that's nothing. But that's enough of that. But the other thing is that I feel this too is Akon. Look here, boy. Let me explain this to you. Let's tell the truth.
Now, were you there when it happened?
I was there on all 4 approaches.
So you're saying Suge approached you 3 other times?
Oh yeah, me and Suge was always going back and forth. Always.
Over what?
I wouldn't have brought it up, but since you're gonna bring it up and say what it was all about, let's tell the real truth.
You know Suge.
Yeah.
Some producer trying to get the toll.
And one of my homegirls, she was a hustler. She had a little sister, 13 years old. Her best friend was 12 years old.
From what I heard, there was a producer that Suge was representing.
It was a kid named Detail who I signed.
Detail, exactly.
Right.
She in the car with her. You in Detail called her. She said, I got my little sister and her best friend with me. I said, well, let's stop by for a second. She go by y'all hotel, in y'all room. She get a call. The dudes at the hotel she met when she was coming to see you motherfuckers. He said, come by, that's for 20 minutes. She said, I can't do it right now. I got to take my little sisters home and her friend. I'll be back in an hour. He said, come by 20 minutes. I got a big payday for you. You, Akon, said, go ahead. You can leave your little sister and her friend right here. We're ordering them something to eat. She go up to the next room. Gonna come back at 20 minutes. She said she come back about 35 minutes. When she get back in the room, her little sister and her other little girl don't want to eat. They look scared. They crying. When she get in the car with them, they tell them, Akon, you fucked the little girl 13. Detail fucked the little girl 12 years old. Y'all basically raped her. So when she told me, I pull up on her. She said she going to the police to put you motherfuckers in jail for rape. I said, nah, we don't do that telling on the police. Motherfucker, deal with it. I promise you that. So I was trying to catch you motherfuckers about that situation.
So Josh said, yo, we can go to the bathroom if you can fight. We could fight if that's what you want to do. And he said at that point, Suge was like, motherfucker, I don't fight. I'll have your mother killed. You know, I'll have your whole family killed. I'll have... And Josh said he just had enough at that point.
Now, you want to turn around and act like, oh, one of your homeboys knocked me out. Well, that didn't happen. Yeah, nigga swung. That ain't shit. I get there, get at y'all. I'm with my girl and the bitch. Y'all got about 20 motherfuckers with you. Akon, you went and got the police. The police got on me. Nobody said nothing till the police got there. He swung. The police tased me like I had all kind of shit. That took forever to get the shit off me. All the little wire caves and shit. I didn't trip. No harm, no foul. I didn't say shit. You shouldn't say shit. I tell you, I need to holler at him and holler at you. Y'all playing these games was ducking. They tell me, y'all up there with Chris Brown. I pull up there with a bitch. It's 20 of you motherfuckers. I get out. I holler at nephew. Tell him I'll catch him later. Fired on your motherfucking brother. Chipped his motherfucking tooth. He fell to the ground, get up running, and take off running. And the rest of y'all ran. That's the end of that. So a chomo ass motherfucker don't get to putting off stories and you know the truth. But at the end of the day, that's like weirdo shit. I'm more important about, if I'm gonna be talking where, number one, I'm in prison. I'm doing motherfucking time. Since I'm doing time, you know, I feel I can give back anywhere I can. The second thing, don't speak on my mother. Reds, you know. And one thing about my family, I come from a big-ass family. My bitches got money. Shit, I could have sold one car. My mother had money before she passed away. And jewelry. So when somebody say they want to help out and pay for a funeral and contribute, nobody don't ask them the next motherfucker. If they volunteer, oh well, because a lot of motherfuckers calling saying, what could they do? So, Wack, we ain't going to get into all that bullshit you talking. You know, we ain't going to get into no pissing contest. We already know the real on that shit.
So you saying you ain't got the money to bury your mother? He like, I'm a little short. How short? He like, I'm tapped out.
Secondly, but at the same time, I ain't finna argue with you. When I get there, I get there.
By comedy, Fifth Amendment Entertainment paid for his mother's funeral, which is me.
But at the end of the day, don't sit up there and lie and say I rolled up off some motherfucking yard and I couldn't be on the line. That ain't true. Motherfuckers check my C-files, anything and everything about me. One thing about it, my being a high notoriety and high profile person, it seems they put certain people on certain yards. It's actually easier on the line for me than being on this yard. I refused when I first got here, so I was in a hole. But I'm not gonna stay in a hole when you locked up 23 hours a day. You can't get no radio, can't have no TV, can't have no fan, can't have no hot pot, can't get no taxes, you only can spend a little money on canteen, can't really get canteen. Well, I want to torture my motherfucking self every day for, which I had nothing to prove. Now, you want to be this big bad motherfucking pound on your chest? One of your homeboys on the same yard. But at the same time, he had to get lifted in a helicopter. He got stabbed too many times. He damn near died. Still ain't the same. But it's not here or there pointing the finger at motherfuckers. I think the most important thing that we all need to understand is that if you got a platform to speak on something, either we can do some good and help each other, or we can keep the motherfucking bottom of the barrel. I came from where it started from day one, where it was hard to be in this industry. Where it was to the point where I'm the first one told people about your masters. When I was telling people about masters, they said, what is that? I ain't no slave. People didn't even know what it was to own your masters too. I made sure I owned my masters. At the same time, when I got in this business, rap music, hip-hop, whatever you want to call it, was getting 5% radio play. If they got 10%, they was popping champagne bottles. They said that wouldn't happen. I went from 95% of my stuff on the radio, either on Death Row or somebody I was managing, to 97% on the radio was my shit. So that's history. But at the same time, these new motherfuckers some bad motherfuckers, and I appreciate them.
You know, like we've been talking about, this podcast business is going crazy. Podcast is like the next form of media that's going to take over. And so as you know, a couple years ago, I decided to create Breakbeat as the first hip hop podcast network. And, what I'm seeing is an opportunity to build a platform for hip hop, something similar to what The Source did back in the day, where The Source was the Bible of hip hop. The Source provided a space. Yep. Yeah. We provided a space where the truth could be told from our perspective, from our culture in an authentic way. I was able to help bring hip hop from that underground place that we were in more into the mainstream, but still keep the authenticity there. And I think over the years, a lot of that has been lost as the media has changed. Obviously, magazines have gone, by the wayside, and now you got all, from the internet to social media to everything that's going on today. So to me, there's a void. There's a need for us to build a platform that can represent the hip hop community across the generations, because one of the things they've done is divided us, the younger and the older sides of hip hop. They pitted us against each other with the narratives. Oh, mumble rap isn't real hip hop and back and forth, but we got way more in common. Even if somebody that's 50 years old don't necessarily like the music that's being made today, hip hop is a culture. It's a mindset, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we experience what's going on in this world. We have so much more in common. So that's why I'm trying to build Breakbeat. We're off to a great start with people like Don't Call Me White Girl and Bill Bellamy and Funny Marco, Bubba Dub, and Chris with Trappin' Anonymous. And we're going to take it to a whole nother level now with me and you getting together to build this Collect Calls platform, man. So I think this is going to be, historic and important, man. So I really appreciate you,
Hey, Dave, I'm happy you saying that because one person or one group is not bigger than hip hop.
Right.
Or the whole hip hop. Hip hop is everyone. And we had some incredible times and we did what we did, late 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, right? But you still got people still in the game doing well and they deserve their cigars, It's just like NBA Youngboy. Man, I like that little young motherfucker. He deserves his cigar. He talks shit about that life. He marches to his own motherfucking beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you look at it, I mean, even Drake, he's selling out at his concerts and shit, which is a big plus. But I think the industry is controlled by the baddest bitches in the world. The females got that shit on lock. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the women, they came such a long way and they're really, really strong. They're not in the shadows of a man. They leading the way. I think Cardi B is incredible. That's probably one of the biggest stars in the industry and a great businesswoman that leads the way. Then when you look at it, shit, those cats.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
She's such a big ass star. There's nothing she can't do and be successful with it. And when you talk about the R&B tip, I don't know these people personally, but at the same time, Summer Walker and Lizard and the other girl who did the song with Doja Cat, SZA or whatever, right?
SZA, yeah.
Yeah, she bad. These women going out there and they making it happen. And the young ones, man, it's like not knocking our time, but these young motherfuckers is coming in owning what the fuck they want to do. Not only is they owning what the fuck they want to do, they looking like runway models, Shit, back in the day, you see some R&B singers, and there was women or R&B rappers, not knocking them, and don't shoot me, you know what I'm saying? Ball, strike a strike. But we had women in the business that sound cool, sounded good, rapped it good, but they was like the home girls, Now the women, they sound good, they look even better, and they ain't like the home girls. Used to be a time where you had people who had couples in the industry, they would keep that on the low, you know what I mean? They didn't want nobody, they was fucking with a rapper or they were fucking with an R&B singer. Everything was like, on the hush-hush. These new bitches so motherfucking pretty. The rappers and the singers and the people in the industry, they can't wait to get on social media and say, look who I got. Look who I'm dating. They be stalking their wives and they women and they baby mamas because that's how bad these bitches are. They just don't sound good. They look good. And I ain't on no weirdo shit. I'm content who I am with my age. I ain't trying to holler at them, nothing like that. I just give them they motherfucking, they justice. They the one running the industry.
With this new podcast we're going to launch here called Collect Call, I think it'd be a great platform to bring a lot of these people in to have conversations with you, because I think you have, a lot of knowledge and insight from all your experiences, over the years that you could share. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna see who's gonna take that collect call when it comes ringing going forward. But
hell yeah, that's the way to do it, Dave. You know, and that's what we supposed to do, give back. And you know, and at the same time, he still got a lot of good labels out there doing great shit. Stella's still doing great shit. You know what I mean? He's still out there doing his thing and his artists and stuff. And hey, DC home.
Yes.
Let's celebrate that.
Big.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to
That's
BG.
a great thing.
You gotta get him on here.
Yeah, that's real big, you know.
That'd be a great conversation.
Man, that's bigger. That's nothing bigger than that. Let that man have his freedom. You know what I mean? And you know, I just think I think it's a time where it used to be a time I felt that certain things I wouldn't have a conversation about or conversation with certain people because I think they did things so fucked up. But at this time in my life that, like I said before, one person is not hip hop and one person is not bigger than hip hop. Even myself. If I can do something to give back to hip hop to make it grow and be even better, that's a big plus. I just think that we got to be smart about this and enjoy each other's because we're all getting older. Tomorrow's not promised. And if there's that being said, let's not try to rewrite history. Let the truth be the truth. I'm not going to say this person wasn't a good rapper or this person wasn't a good businessman because we didn't hang out. If, you know, give them their cigar. They deserve their shit. They deserve their shit. I just don't want nobody trying to rewrite history. Don't go and say, they told me extra one of these motherfuckers did an interview on YouTube. I'm going to start coming for those motherfuckers with that bullshit because don't say Michael Harris started Death Row. I had Death Row in the name before I met David Kenner.
Harris, identifying himself as original organizer and owner, says his fortune launched Death Row Records.
David Kenner wasn't introduced to that motherfucker. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie about the shit. When I started Death Row, I wanted to be Death Row. Like the Death Row prison. With the man in the chair. I was talking to a dude named Unknown. Unknown and Skip had MC8. They was his producers. I wanted to get this group called out of Texas, bad as a motherfucker, 3-2 and Big Mike. Rest in peace, 3-2. So I tell Unknown about Death Row. He said, man, I got Death Row too. So when I went to, you know, Dick Griffey laced me and helped me a lot. Those Roberts was his attorney, he was a bad motherfucker. So I said, hey man, I'm doing this Death Row thing. This dude said he got Death Row, but his spelled like Death Jam, but it's Death Row. But mine is spelled like the Death Row, like the real Death Row St. Quentin. They said, yeah, but they similar, so you got to get his out the way and only keep yours. So I gave Unknown $10,000 to buy his corporation of Death Row. Once I bought it, put it in my name, I got rid of it, and that's used Death Row. My little homie loved me more than misses me every day. Hen Dog is the one drew the man in the chair, Death Row. Rest in peace. So all this other little shit, Mike getting up there saying, oh, he had the name Death Row, that's a motherfucking lie. Snoop, you know the truth, don't be playing these games. That's all I'm going to say. Secondly, they investigated me for money laundering, racketeering, everything you can think of. Went all through my accounts ever. Nobody never gave me no bread, but at the same time, Mike, you get on these things with extra, whatever they fuck is, they're going to get sued for slander in a minute, start coming from their asses aggressively, and say that you gave me some real estate money, you sold, gave me a check. Produce the check. And you know it ain't no check, I know it ain't no check. I'm talking about Michael Harris did the interview, said he gave me a check. Produce the check. And if you can't produce the check, set that bitch ass shit up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's no way to lose my company. They committed fraud against me. And the people who committed fraud, they still didn't do nothing to settle. And on top of that, I gave them a to settle it. Y'all still ain't gave my money back. So if I want to be petty and sue, I can. But more importantly, one thing you can't do that's commit fraud. If you commit fraud against Pepsi-Cola, motherfucking Warner Brothers or Sony, they'll pay your ass back and have to give you your shit. That because I'm a black man from Compton that started my shit, you won't overlook it, but I got real lawyers now. So I will get my shit back, 1,000%. Let's not start going and saying somebody have it. We all know nobody bought it, nobody have it, but that's neither here nor there. Lay off the gas. Because if we're going to start, once I put the facts out there, it's going to look bad. And that's like this. I'm not intimidated about nobody. I don't got to try to stop nobody from doing shit. Now, it was a black man got this company who funds money to another black man. They want to do some business with me. They do documentaries and little movies that they're trying to do. They said, well, we can't do it because we talking to Snoop, we talking to Mike, and they cleans up money. So we're gonna do it do a documentary on Mayweather. We're gonna do a documentary on a few basketball players, but we're not gonna fuck with the real death row, the only death row, or Suge Knight, because we friends with them. You can be like that. I'm not tripping. I didn't go to you motherfuckers. Y'all mentioned it to me. But at the same time, when you start picking sides, stick to your side. It's easy to be down when they're in a war. Or should I say, you need to be a soldier when they're in a war.